Hello, I am a Shrimp Chew and I bring you both a Pride Month build and a cat story today. So, if you follow this channel / look at channels when you stumble upon their videos, I don't know. I built a video. Words are hard. I made a video building a Sims 4 build based on the trans pride flag colors, which was very fun. Very, very nice. Do recommend. And, in all of my ramble of, I don't understand how the world is how it is. Why is it so hard to accept people? And I did a little ramble also about bisexuality, because also the same thing. What the fuck, it's so simple. That, and a little trip down memory lane of, tiny teenage me being like, that won't be a thing in 5 to 10 years, and it's now been, well, a little longer than that, and apparently it's still a thing, which really sucks. I'm sorry, bisexuals. You deserve better. Everybody deserves better. But this is your build. So yeah, it's a build based on the bi flag colors. Where the trans flag, I think, does lend a better build cohesion through being more pastel. Yeah, this build pops. It's fun, it's funky, it's loud, you're gonna know about it. I know I could have, built things slightly less chaotically, like the counters, for example, but I was committed. I was having fun. We were going all out. And I do like how it turned out. Now, the trans family, the trans flag build was a family house. This is a business. This is a cafe bakery setup. I intend to make it be like a small business, with Sims running the bakery part, and then there's a cafe area in the back for all your lovely customers to sit down and chit chat. There's a little kids play area, very little, but there's some toys provided for kids, There's a little bit of outdoor seating. The lot I'm building on, it's Cookout Lookout in Newcrest, and it has a picnic-y area, out in the world behind it. So the outdoor seating area, it's fenced in, but it has a gate. So you go on out to that little picnic area, or maybe Sims out there exploring could go, ooh, coffee shop, and walk in that way. It's all options. And yes, I still very much adore the pigeons. Okay, and I was like, their colors work, they're going in. Pigeons, maybe a few puns, maybe. I mean, we're already calling the place Sweet as Pie instead of Sweet as Pie. I like to think that every individual at Baked Good and Coffee, where possible, has varying degrees of forced puns. I don't have any ideas on those, so if you have a great pun, feel free to share it in the comments. I promise I will laugh my little ass off. And not just as a, I said I did. I mean, I laugh at pretty much all puns. Especially my own, but that's the only way, right? Anyway, so, basement is, bigger baking prep area, a little bit of residential space. This is a little tiny staff room that's just, go fulfill your food needs. Make some more coffee. You'll be fine. As you can see, the bathroom is kitted out for everybody. You have your little toddler potty scan, all ages welcome. Or, if you really can't. I mean, it's The Sims. The Sims don't really care. I know you can leave them with the nanny, but the Sims don't care about getting babysitters. The Sims are just bringing their toddler, and it's fine. And there's also a cat litter box. I will admit I did forget to add a cat scratching post or anything. So if you are setting up for cats to come over, just maybe just a heads up. Maybe add something so you don't end up having all your sofas a teeny bit scratched. Be fine though. This was the one idea I had going into the build, was having beautiful little window sofa nooks that I did build a little too big to begin with, because I really haven't used that sofa shape in a long time. I forgot what size it was. There's some cozy fireplace ones. I kind of wanted two because I wanted one beside like one of the window nooks because I was like, yeah, sure. Those window nooks will be nice in summer and spring. Won't they also be nice beside a nice fireplace in, you know, the middle of winter for your Sims? And then I also wanted one just because I wanted more normal sofas around it, sort of more in the rooms. You know, there's plenty of cozy options all year round. Sit in the sun, admire the plants. Sit in the sofa in front of the fire. It's all good. I just like the raccoon, okay? He's a good raccoon. Come on, he's called Benjamin. He's already a pun. Plus, if you cut off most of his name and leave the first two letters, he's supporting the bi theme. Like I said, maybe some forced puns, but I only actually thought about that there now. I did not even think about that. His name does kind of work with it. Yeah, outside, I like to think, again, that the sim that like set up the business thrifted a bunch of stuff, so there's a lot of sort of funky, mismatched, but kind of matched. More on the outdoor. I know it's all matching aside from color, but you know. There was fun. There was fun, there was color, there was coziness. I do feel like I'm forgetting about something about the businessy end. Like, I've tested it, I have, but I don't know. Oh yeah, the biscuit. Rugs. When else was I gonna use them? This is a perfect opportunity. Though you know what? This build has also been the first of me playing with the candy maker. Because, I don't know, man. Since Business and Hobbies come out, I've had fun building. And I have a lot more ideas to build. Like I keep mentioning, I have a nice little list of build ideas on, like, the Notes app on my phone. Which reminds me, I don't think I checked this one off. Previous stages I stated I had, like, 13 ideas in there, and I definitely have a few more now. Mostly build. A couple, like, different ones. Like, not build as builds, like legacy or challenge or, you know, miscellaneous Sims ideas. Anyway, I got slightly distracted because my app's opened. There we go, check that off. Opened on the notes I have been keeping for. I'm playing the Resident Evil series before Resident Evil 9 comes out. Because I played some of them, but not all of them, so I'm trying to play the ones I haven't. I'm doing that over on Twitch if anyone is also into horror, and if not, you don't need to know, but I have a notes for making notes in a different game, and it was open on that, and I was like, oh yeah, that. Oh yeah, first time with the candy, yeah, because I've just been more build rather than play, and whenever I've been play, I've been, like, revisiting old ideas, or, like, doing, like, not builds that involve a small business or a sim making candy, so I knew it was a thing. I knew it was a thing that, like, if you make a batch of, like, say, the lollipops and stuff, like, you can't just sell them individually, and I don't get that. So I kind of was making my sim just make some singly. I think in this, maybe, actually, I don't know if the screenshots capture those display cases, actually, if they're at the right angle, too. But if you could see them, whenever I tested things, I was, like, adding single lollipops, being like, no, I don't care if it costs more, we're gonna make more. Yeah, it's quite cozy. It has mostly just been my sim and her cat here, but you'll see the cat comes into it more. You know, you got your cozy candles, there's a few nice cat decor items. Honestly, you know, maybe with a little bit of adjustment, this could be quite a fun cat cafe, couldn't it? You can say that about any cafe, though. Just add cats. Bam. Cat cafe. And where wouldn't be improved with cats? Oh, that's right. I was going to tell you guys a cat story. Give yourself a little gold star if you made it this long, being like, okay, Shrimp, but what is the cat story? It's a short story, and depending on your cat experience, it may or may not fill you with the same awe and wonder as it did for me. So, last night, I don't know, at the time of recording this last night, I don't know when I'm putting this out yet, because I'm not on schedule with my weekends this month, I'm sorry. But anyway, as you may know, either because you're in the UK or you've seen all the posts about the UK people dying in the heat, it's been warm. Summer is summering. The sun wants to cook us alive. Well, let's be real, it's the humidity. Humidity is the real enemy. But anyway, it's been warm. So, last night I was up late, playing some Sims, enjoying some time. Window wide open. First time we've had our window wide open, mostly because like they have like little safety latches on them that we've just never bothered to take off, like to open them wider. But it was warm enough yesterday. We were like, more air. So just sat, minding my own business. I hear a noise over towards the window, and I look over, and I see a cat. And not like at the window, not stood outside, not kind of halfway in the window, or maybe on the windowsill or something. No. The cat has jumped in and jumped down onto the floor. Like the cat is in the room. And not for very long, but enough that, I turn, I look, and I'm like, that is cat-shaped, yes. And then cat-shaped turns right back around and jumps right back out. So I don't know if the cat was like going home and got a little bit lost. Took a wrong turn at the wrong window. Or if the cat was just like, ooh, there's lights in there. Don't normally see stuff. Don't normally have access over there. What's going on? And then, hopped in and then went, oh shit, human, goodbye. But that was fun. I understand, like, cats explore, cats go places, but I've never had that happen. I'm not saying that everyone out there is, having cats jump in their window all the time, but I feel like it's probably, if you did a statistical survey of every human in the world, it's probably, it's not the most uncommon experience, probably. But it's the first. Again, both because window not normally that wide, and I've never lived somewhere that had good cat access to a window that also opened wide enough to be cat access. I say that, I think most windows would probably be challenge accepted to cats, but like, like this is a window where like the whole window opens, and it's not just like a tiny bit at the top that opens. It's proper window opening. I do good window speak. But yeah, it was a moment. I was like, is this real life? Kind of hoping, because I don't think we've seen a cat before outside, but I think it was a different cat. But that the other cat we have seen has came up to the window before and like looked in at us. So I'm kind of like, are we going to befriend two cats? Is this kind of exciting? Oh yeah, I was building a build, wasn't I? But there you go. Are you happy with the cat story? Also, by all means, share any cat stories you have in the comment as well. Oh yeah, my little panda cupcake. I was having fun. I was going for full, like, as you can tell, this bakery, this cafe, is who it is. Will express all elements of its personality. The cats, the pride, the cupcakes, all of it. So I had fun with every, like, fun item. Like the panda cupcake, which I basically never use. I don't even know, is that part of the seasons? Like, more holiday decorations, I think. I don't remember at this point. Oh yeah, I put in a few different, like, pen pots. Those coffee things. I regret putting those there. Not, like, super regret. It's not, like, but because one of the business activities is drink coffee, Sims, like, were going in and picking those up, and I was like, I know they're actually coffee. I know. And I should have seen this coming, but in my head, they're going to be decorative. In fact, it's my own fault for not putting them in a display case and at least making them pay for it, but hey. Space cat! No. Space cat! Yeah, it's a little bit cat, but listen, it's not my fault that the cats come in a bunch of good color schemes for these kinds of builds. Also, it's not like you're complaining about cats, right? Although it is also kind of fitting that I then also coincidentally get a cat story to share while I ramble about all of this. But yeah, like I said at the start, like, this is maybe less of a cohesive color scheme. Well, I say maybe, compared to the trans flag one. but I also still think it works. Like, this is chaotic, but a vibe. Cozy chaotic, maybe? I don't know. I'm sure there's probably, let's face it, there's definitely somewhere out there, like, official aesthetic terms, but, like, I know, because I don't know. Oh yeah, I messed around with, like, the idea of using bigger tents outside, and I was like, no, this is gonna make it look like a, like, more market stall-esque, and I was like, that's not what I'm going for, though. Fun divider. I believe, yeah, I add in some more actual bookcases, and we just add in a bunch more plants. This is basically books, coffee, baked goods, and plants. And your cats are welcome. Your dogs too, but just, well, my sim hasn't brought her dog over yet. She's brought her cat over. Yeah, this is pretty much just plants. What more plants can I add? Should I make my sims have a gardening shop? That's it. I have too many ideas. But not even too many ideas. I have too many, like, half-formed ideas that I'm like, what do I want to do in The Sims? I'm actually starting, complete other tangent, but I'm starting a new save with, like, a sim. Like, she's gonna live off the grid and, like, simple living and all. But she's gonna, like, slowly, it's gonna be she slowly builds up her own little, like, cabin. And, over the generations it expands and stuff. And then see which of, like, the later generations stick around with that lifestyle and which ones, like, move off to the city and, I don't know, go into acting or something, We'll see if I stick with it, because I always have these ideas of, like, oh yeah, like, there'll be this sim and it'll start here, and then she'll be, like, the grandparent, and then there'll be all the other sims that are off doing these different jobs and all these different adventures. Will I make it that far, though? Because I end up getting kind of bored, kind of not, but I get distracted. I get another idea and I run off and chase that, and then I forget about them. I usually come back to them eventually, though. I don't, maybe I should look up tips of, like, how to keep yourself invested in your one save file. But I don't want to do, like, a forever. Isn't it a forever game or whatever people are doing? I'm like, I'm happy to switch around. I just want to make sure I actually come back. / maybe don't switch as much. I got plenty of save files I'm invested in. Some of them are, more occult based. Some are based on, like, my real life family, because that's my chosen coping mechanism for the passage of time. But it's so far behind, because I was like, I'm gonna start it with, like, when my grandparents were kids. Yeah, my grandparents are teens. That's as far as I've gotten. I do play on, like, long lifespan, though, so I'm kind of doing it to myself, Also, oh yeah, the one important thing, not important. For one, this bathroom, fully admit, for the residential one, I forgot to add a shower to it when I copied it from the upstairs one. My sim has a nice, like, pink, the Parenthood shower tub, like that in pink. You can add whatever you like, you have that freedom. But whenever it comes to the walls, the exterior walls specifically, you're gonna see me try some things, and you might feel slightly alarmed, or very excited. You do you. But I just want to let you know that what you see at first is not the final product. Don't panic. And now you're like, wow, oh, there it is. So yeah, originally I was thinking, can I make it, can I use the 3 flag colors on the outside and make it all funky and all? Which is an idea. And I'd say there's probably, I think if I had a slightly different build layout, it might work better. But, oh yeah, and this is the point where I remembered that if I was going to have a sim, running a small business, I might want to build them a little bedroom. So they get a little bedroom. We use some of the nice new Pride bed and a lot of the Pride artwork. I like to think maybe this, this is like after Pride. Everybody comes back here to like chill out. I say this like, maybe it's more accurate to be like whilst Pride is still going on, the more introverted come back here to chill. Maybe that's it. What was I saying? What was I saying? Was it about the walls or was it something else? Walls. Yeah. So the walls. I chill out a bit. I go, you know what? Maybe actually kind of normal walls is okay. Like standard, typical exterior of building expectations type walls. Once I'm done fighting with the roof, anyway. I'm trying, and I try a few things, and I think it looks okay for the wonky building shape I gave myself. I think it worked out okay. But yes, the walls. I don't have a train of thought, guys. It's gone. The walls also were kind of a pun, sort of. I end up using a brick wall that is named the Brickery, and I was like, the Brickery for the Sweet as Pie Bakery. That sounds appropriate. Sounds kind of punny. Also, it looks kind of quite nice. Not that I think this could work. I just don't think it was the vibe. I feel like I was like, no. Averagey walls. Everything else renovated to maximum personality. You know, let everything else do the talking. The walls can be a little more chill. And in some places I think it probably maybe doesn't work. Like, I think it's fun colors. I just think it wasn't executed. Like, it could look better. It could be executed better. Also, do you like my indecision over the cafe, like a coffee shop cafe or bakery signs? And I was like, both. Because we do both. That is all. Also, building this did kind of just inspire me to want to make... This is actually part of how I ended up with the current save I'm starting. Because I was like, no, I want a sim that's just making their little small business, like, in their home. So that's what we're building. We're building up. She needs to build her home first, then she can build her business. Though she has a woodcrafting table at the moment and like one of the sales tables, so starting point. And then once we add chickens or something, then, you know, life will be great. It'll be excellent, if you will. Also, this was like a nice chance to, not like chance, but like, I forget how many different like Pride artworks and stuff have been added to the game over like the last few years. So it's nice to like go through and use them all and be like, yeah. Cozy purple, cozy vibes. I'd feel a little bit bad for the blue because I feel like the blue got a little bit neglected. There also just aren't as many nice blue things to tie into it all, so... Also, yes, the cafe has a fan because what if your Sims got too warm when working? There's the cat. There's our cat when we were testing. He's called Rocky. He's a big fluff ball. And, you know, plenty of bird watching as well. Like, this is gonna be the most chill place. But thank you for watching and listening to my ramble. If you enjoyed this, feel free to subscribe and check out my other videos. I do a variety of random, my own idea builds and recreating things from games and movies in real life. Happy Pride Month! At the world. And goodbye.